like riding a bike, you don't forget how to do it, right? Well, creative practices fall into that too. We might be a little rusty, we might have to pick up the skills a little bit, but we don't ever forget that muscle memory, those creative synapses are all still there. And I'm proof of that. I had not done hand-drawn illustrations in years, maybe decades, I can't remember. But I decided that for my 30 days of less tech challenge that I'm running on Patreon, that I would create hand-drawn thumbnails for every one of the 30 days. And it was so much fun. It brought me so much joy, so much dopamine and serotonin and oxytocin and that process of working with my hands. So I just want to give you a little peek behind the scenes, just because I want you to pick up that thing that you haven't done, music, creative practices, cooking, some creative thing that you've told yourself you haven't had time for, or that you're rusty about, you can't, it takes too much trouble or time. It really can be fast. You can pick it up again. So let me show you what I did. This is my old school drafting table, what I also call the first standing desk. And you can see I've got my materials out on it. But I love working at this table, and I've had it since like 1985 or 1986. I got it in a used office furniture store in Los Angeles when I was a young designer living in LA, working at different companies and freelance. So I thought about the process before I started it. I knew that there were certain colors that I wanted to use, and I picked those out from a variety of tools that I had here. I knew I also wanted to use not white paper. So I looked through my stash. I have a bunch of different colored paper, and this sort of like brown, butcher paper just seemed to do the trick. So then what I did was I created a stencil for 16 by 9 ratio thumbnail size, and I drew outlines for 4 thumbnails on each sheet of paper, right? So a little kind of factory process, right? So rather than starting each thing on its own, right, you set things up so that you can just really crank them out. So I had my tools picked out. I knew I wanted to use my favorite white pen on the colored paper. It's called a Gelly Roll, Gelly, Gelly Roll. You can find them, anywhere they sell art supplies or pens. So then what I did was I started using these standard icons, right, for reference, and started painting them out, using a different color for each background. And I got a few in, and I was like, okay, this is a little bit slower than I want, so what can I do to speed this process up? And then I remembered a trick that I learned in 1989 at the Macworld conference in Boston that I was speaking at the time. And it was the guy that spoke before me. His name is Fred. I've forgotten his last name now. But as you can imagine, in 1989, we didn't have the technology that we have today, right? So he showed how you could trace right on the screen for creating illustrations. And I just loved that. And I've used it. I've done it on iPads, right? When I was doing hand-drawn things that I wanted a reference to use. So I pulled out a sheet of tracing paper, and this really helped me speed up. So what you do is, you just hold it up here, and this does not work if you have a liquid display. If you have a liquid display, do not do this tip, right? But then you can take a pen and then just trace around onto your tracing paper, and then on the back side, rub some graphite from a pencil, and then you can transfer this image right to your paper by redrawing over it, and the graphite sticks. So that's how after the first few, that's how I ended up finishing these. And some of the things that I was thinking about as I was creating these was making sure that the backgrounds were variable from thumbnail to thumbnail so that my subscribers would get a different color palette and a different icon every day. And then I set up a photo shoot so that, they're like tools and things around that are live, It's not just, scanning in the image and using that, just to reinforce kind of like the tools, the materials, the hand-drawn. I think it's successful, but, I can't be a neutral judge of that. So yeah, 30 of these. And I would, just color and choose and create as I went through how to make it look the best. And give you a little up close here. Yeah. So I didn't, sweat over them. I never redid any, even if I wasn't happy with it. Like, I'm really not happy with the magnifying glass, right? But I just kept going. And as a whole, the 30 of them, I'm so pleased with them. I'm so pleased with how they came out. So I recommend that you pick up that thing that you've been telling yourself that you don't have time for, or, maybe you're afraid that you can't do it anymore. Music, cooking, drawing, painting, whatever it is, or maybe it's something completely new that you want to change, that you want to try. I was just gifted a stack of vintage magazines from the 60s, and I'm going to try playing around with collage again and see what I can make with it and have some fails and experiment. Here's what happens when you're doing and creating these things. You get that nourishing dopamine, that nourishing serotonin, the nourishing oxytocin, not the junk food kinds that you get from scrolling, doom scrolling, but the really nourishing forms of those fabulous brain chemicals. So I highly recommend using your hand, using your body for creative acts. And you haven't forgotten. It's all still there.